Kelly Shaffner here. Kelly Shaffner with a head cold. Sorry. Today I'm here to share a Q&A video, a get to know me better video. So I'm really glad that you showed up, that you're interested in watching this video and getting to know me a little bit better. Many of you have been watching me for a very long time, and I'm really happy to finally make a video like this. I did promise you a special guest star. This is my special guest star. This is my friend Barbie. Some of you thought I might have my mother or my husband join me for this video, but Barbie's known me most of my life. I mean, longer than my husband, but I thought it would be a good idea to do this video with Barbie because she could keep me honest. So if you are brand new to my channel, I would like to invite you to subscribe, come back, and watch some videos about women's fashion. That's what I do here. But today, it's a completely different video. My viewers left questions, and I'm going to answer them, and Barbie is going to be my interviewer. But first, I'll interview her. Barbie, how long have you known me?
Since the 7th grade.
It's been a long time.
Long time.
Yeah, it's like over 45 years, I think, since that we've known each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 43.
Or 43 to be exact. Okay.
Yeah, a long time.
We've known each other a long, long time. Barbie, what do you do for a living?
I am a nurse by trade.
Yeah, she's a nurse. And do you love fashion?
I love fashion. I just don't know how to put fashion together.
That's not true. She's always been really, really cute, but she's a big supporter of my videos. So anyway, guys, I did ask you in June to bless my friend Barbie with birthday wishes, and so I'm just happy to finally get to introduce you to Barbie. So, OMG, you guys, I have to show you. Hold on. Oh, Gara.
You don't have to show me.
Yeah, I do. Can you see?
This is my kid.
This is her husband. Say hi.
Getting ready
That's
for
Gary. Gary got dressed up because this is a fashion video. So Gary put on some nice fashion for us. Oh, he's sitting here looking like a tree. And we have to adjust the light here. Oh my God, I'm gonna sneeze again. Let's start with the Q&A.
All right. Again, thank you for the birthday wishes. Those were really awesome. So we're going to start with Nancy. Nancy wants to know, what have been your jobs or careers over the years?
Hi, Nancy. You know, I've had a lot of jobs. I've worn so many hats. I remember when I was Raggedy Ann at the mall.
No.
Remember when the grand opening of the Mesilla Valley Mall?
Oh.
Yeah, I did that. That was fun. I was dancing Center Mall like every hour on the hour. You don't remember that?
I don't.
That
and I love Raggedy Ann.
Yeah,
I'm surprised I would forget that.
Yeah, I did. I wrecked into someone's car and I had to earn $300 to pay that person back. So I took that gig being Raggedy Ann. But my very first job ever was being a car hop on roller skates at Sonic Drive-In. I waited tables a little bit in my lifetime. I bartended a lot of my youth. I did some teaching. What else have I done?
Worked on the Patriot Missile?
Oh, yes. Out of college, I went to work on the Patriot Missile System, and I was like a librarian. It was basically my job description there. I have worked in some admin jobs. I've worked retail. I worked at Levi Strauss making Levi's. I've worn a lot of hats. And then, of course, I moved to Las Vegas to be a table games dealer. I did that. I worked at 8 different casinos, and I have a feeling I'm going to wear several more hats before it's all said and done.
What's your dream job?
Well, I don't want to die without being Santa Claus at the mall. Oh, I hope I get to do that.
I think you're going to have to gain some weight.
I think that I just need to find like an equal opportunity employer. I think that would be so much fun. Just to listen to the kids tell me what they want for Christmas. So.
Okay. Well, maybe we can work on that.
I'm going to work on that. I'm going to get my resume ready.
Nancy would also like to know, would your husband ever consider being introduced on camera? Or maybe doing an unboxing with you?
Nancy, I think the answer is yes. I think my husband would join me for a video if I asked him to. I do not think he would do an unboxing. I mean, it might be fun to order him a Stitch Fix. But no, my husband is kind of a Wranglers and boots and Western shirt type guy, and the only time he doesn't wear that uniform, he's wearing Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's been hard, like, to get him to wear a pair of Dockers. He'll wear a suit, but to get him to wear like a Dockers and a polo, not my husband. So I don't know if Stitch Fix could really supply him. I'm not familiar with men's Stitch Fix. I don't know if they could supply him an outfit that he would wear.
Tina, how did you get started on YouTube, and what was your first video?
Hey Tina, my first video was a Nadine West video, and that video was actually the very first Nadine West bag that I ever received. I was already doing subscription boxes, but I started to investigate and search for other subscription boxes. I saw other YouTubers that were doing video reviews, and I thought, you know what, I could do that too. And I told my husband I was going to do it, and I did it. And then I went to work and called every single person I know and said, please watch my video and subscribe. And that's how my YouTube channel started. And most of those people are still subscribed today and like never watched another video.
There you go.
Yeah.
Janice would like to know, how many states have you lived in? Which ones? And her last question is, would you share a link to your Poshmark Closet?
Hi, Janice. I've lived in 3 states. I've lived in New York, New Mexico, and Nevada. I was born in the state of New York. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I left New York at like 3 or 4 years old, moved to New Mexico. I did go to school 1 year in Buffalo, and then I came back to New Mexico. Then I moved to Nevada, and I spent 25 years in Nevada, moved back to New Mexico 8 years ago. And yes, absolutely, Janice, I will share my Poshmark link. It'll be in the description box below.
Carrie would like to know, what does your closet look like?
Oh, hey, Carrie. My closet's a mess. I've made a few videos talking about cleaning out my own closet and selling my personal closet on Poshmark. I have been cleaning out my closet, and it's not as organized as I would like it to be. We downsized when we moved back to New Mexico, so I don't have the closet space, and my clothing is in 3 different closets and 4 closets, because I have a coat closet as well filled with my clothing. So I need to downsize on my clothing as well. And so, yeah, sometimes it's a little messy, especially when I get a lot of clothing in 1 week and I've got it all hung up and it's not organized. It takes me a little time to find a spot for everything. I do plan on doing a closet tour once I get everything organized.
Cool. I don't think it's so messy. It's just full.
It's full. There's so much stuff, and I don't need that much stuff. Do you think?
No. Nobody needs that much.
Well, I just really need to get it cleaned out. It's just like my shoes. My husband built that shoe wall for me because I want to wear the shoes, but I won't wear the shoes if I can't see it. And that's the same thing with my personal closet. There is so much in it, and it's a smaller space, so I don't need all of it, but I need to get it organized so that I can see it, and the clothing deserves to be worn. I want to be able to see it and, yeah, wear it.
Awesome. Seaside Mom wants to know, how do you wash your sneakers laces, and do you iron them before you restring them?
That's funny. The rest of that question, she said, tell us anything that you want, but I will tell you this. I am kind of a neat freak when it comes to my clothing. I take a lot of care with my clothing. I have several steamers, irons, you name it, every spot remover, every gadget you can have. I really do take a lot of care with my clothing. Yes, I do take my laces out of my...
You do?
Yeah, I do. Don't you?
No. I never have, and I wash my tennis shoes all the time.
Well, if you don't take the laces out, then it will leave like dingy marks, like where the eyes are.
I guess I have dingy tennis shoes.
She has dingy tennis shoes. That's okay. Well, so
never even thought about it.
Are your laces black?
Well, this current pair of tennis shoes are black.
Okay, so if you have black laces, it doesn't matter. If you have white laces, I would recommend taking them out. And Seaside Mom asks if I iron my laces, and I never have ironed my laces. Yeah, I guess, if they came out looking ratty, I would just replace them.
Madison would like to know, what does your family think of your subscription boxes? Have you got any of them hooked on them? Besides me, of course.
Hi, Madison. So Barbie's I call her my sister, and her family, my family. So she's hooked. My son's wife is hooked. So far as family, I think they're the only two people. I have several girlfriends that have tried different boxes because of my recommendations. So I think for the most part, my family doesn't care at all about my subscription boxes. Gary, do you care about my subscription boxes?
I do.
This one?
Actually, Gary is so happy that I get subscription boxes because it's actually the nicest I've looked in all these years.
Oh, really? So,
Yeah.
Gary probably cares, but I think for the most part, no one else does too much.
He doesn't want to box himself, but he actually really enjoys that I get clothes now
Yeah.
and look a little more put together.
Yeah, but like my mom has never seen one of my videos. I don't think she even cares. I don't think. Yeah, if you're not interested in clothes, you're just not interested in clothes.
Yeah. Now we're to Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
She wanted to know, where did you grow up? Do you like living in the desert? And have you moved around a lot?
Hi, Rebecca. So I grew up in New Mexico, and I love living in the desert. I'm used to it. I've lived most of my life in the desert. I did go back to Buffalo, New York for 1 year of college, and it was so cold. I was miserable. I slept in a puffer jacket. It was so cold in Buffalo. So yeah, I do love the desert.
Relda would like to know, are you working since you moved to New Mexico?
I don't work. No, Relda, I don't have. This question was asked by several people, and I do not have a regular job. I'm not working for anyone else, and I don't know if I'm even working for myself. I have a YouTube channel. I sell on Poshmark. But no, I am not employed by any company. I moved back to New Mexico specifically to spend time with my mother. We were prepared. We tried to prepare. I don't know if you can ever be prepared for that. But so we did our best to prepare for us to come back and to serve my mother. So I'm not working outside of the home, but I guess, YouTube is my job, but it's not a job that pays the bills. It's a job that helps me buy clothes. So this is it, and that's the way it's going to be for now.
Now on to Sheila.
Hey, Sheila.
Sheila would like to know, what does James do for a living?
Oh, you guys are not going to believe what my husband does for a living. My husband is a courier for FedEx. So basically, my husband is the guy that delivers all the subscription boxes to people like me.
She keeps him employed.
Well, yeah.
Ish.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
People like me, support people like me. So, yeah, that's what he does.
She also would like to know, what's your favorite subscription box?
You guys, several people ask this question, and it really, really is a hard one to answer, because I like every box that I unbox, or you have seen me unbox several times. I like something about it, and that's why I continue to unbox it and film it. I have such a soft spot for Nadine West. Like I said, my first video was a Nadine West video. I think it's a lot of fun. So I like Nadine West. I also love my Trunk Club. I think the stylists at Trunk Club are really, really great. They also have a really superb inventory to work with. So they send you high quality clothing, and they're willing to send you one pair of denim in 3 different sizes. So they really are working, trying to get you the exact look that you're going for. I love my Trunk Club. But of course, Stitch Fix is awesome. Who doesn't love Stitch Fix? I think everyone enjoys Stitch Fix. I've seen a few really negative reviews where people said they were going to quit. And I've had some bad fixes, but they always redeem themselves. They come back, and the next one is a 5 for 5, and the clothing is held up, and the prices are reasonable for the quality of clothing. I like the surprise element, and I just like the operation. So I don't know, maybe Stitch Fix. Maybe it's Stitch Fix. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think it's a good one. She also wanted to know, what state do you live in?
I live in New Mexico.
New Mexico. And what state you are from.
So I live in New Mexico. I'm from New York, but I am a New Mexican through and through. When I lived in Nevada and worked in the casinos, I felt like I was an ambassador for New Mexico. I just shared my state with every person that would listen.
I think anybody does that lives outside of their home state.
Yeah, probably so. So many people have not visited New Mexico, and I recommend all of you come and visit. We have some good food here, beautiful people, and it's a beautiful, beautiful country.
Weather is awesome.
Yeah, it's really,
You can't beat the
mild
weather.
weather.
Yeah. Kelsey wants to know, do you have a special Poshmark room?
Hi, Kelsey. I do not have like a dedicated Poshmark room. I'm using my office right now. As it's where I film my YouTube videos. Most of my YouTube videos are filmed in my office, which is kind of just a bedroom that my husband has installed clothing racks and the shoe shelves. I shoot my pictures for Poshmark there as well because my whole light kit is set up there. So I don't know if that's my Poshmark room. I do have currently all of my Poshmark is stored in my guest room, and I do want to change that. I want to put all the bins and all the storage in the garage or in the guest closet. Something other than just the guest room.
Alrighty. She would also like to know, does James share your love of clothing, or is he happy that you have YouTubers to share your dress up with?
He's happy you guys are here for me. Seriously. He does not. He doesn't care for the clothing at all. So, I'll tell you this story. We went to a white elephant Christmas party a couple years ago. If you don't know what a white elephant Christmas party is, Google it because it's a lot of fun and you should have one at your next Christmas party. We were running into a department store to pick up our gifts for the white elephant gift exchange, and when we walked in, I stopped. I saw a beautiful black and white eyelash sweater, and he said, okay, what size do you want? And I was like, what do you mean? I'm not going to buy this. And he's like, no, what size do you wear? What size do you want? We're going to get it right now because the way I shop, I want to go through every single piece of clothing in that department store and touch it and feel it and maybe try it on. And he was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to take this right now, get our gifts for the party, and leave. So that's kind of how he feels about shopping, about fashion. Let's just get what you want. When you see it, buy it, and be done with it.
Yeah. He's definitely happy for you guys, for you to
so happy all of you are here for me. Thank you very much for making my husband's life so much easier. Because I still talk to him about it. It's just not his favorite subject.
Yeah. All right. Debbie would like to know, do you have children or grandchildren?
Hi, Debbie. Yes, I have 2 sons, and I also have a stepson, a stepdaughter, and my stepson has 2 baby girls, so I guess, I have grandchildren, step-grandchildren. I have 2 sons. Dusty is the oldest, and Dusty is in heaven. I talked about that in a video back in December. My son passed from complications of a motorcycle accident. I do have my younger son, Casey. He is 30 years old, and he is married to an angel. Christina is his wife, and they have not given me a grandbaby yet, but I'm so very hopeful. I can't wait to have my grandbaby. I hope you're watching, Christina.
Alrighty. Christine would like to know, hands down, what's your favorite subscription box? I think it's just like the $1 million question, because you subscribe to so many, that which one is your absolute favorite if you had to pick?
I'll say Stitch Fix.
All right.
I don't want to pick.
I know. They are all good, and they all have different qualities. But
yeah, all of them have things about them that, and sometimes maybe it's like with the smaller companies, it might be that I have just an awesome relationship with a stylist, or I say relationship, maybe the stylist really gets me and has been able to send pieces that really, really work for me. Okay, let's just call it Stitch Fix, okay? Stitch Fix.
After all your unboxings, I think, for me, the quality of the clothes and the price is the best with Stitch Fix for me. Just because I, as a nurse, don't buy a lot of high-end stuff, so.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think I do either, but with Trunk Club, I've been able to pick up some pieces that I wouldn't even try, to be honest with you guys. I wouldn't try a pair of shoes with a $300 or $400 price tag. I would pass that by in the department store. So it is kind of cool to get to try them. Yeah. And then when you do try them and they're excellent, then you understand why people pay that kind of money for premium shoes or a designer denim or something like that. So I think Trunk Club has been a really nice way to just try more stuff. So
branch out a bit.
Yeah, but Stitch Fix is, I will say that my closet has a lot of Stitch Fix and it wears well. It's lasted. I haven't had any problem with Stitch Fix stuff falling apart or not wearing well. Retiree
Chi wants to know, are you working outside of the home since you moved? Which,
yeah, I kind of already answered that. I'm not. This is it. This is my job.
I'm happy you have this job.
Yeah, well, I mean, this job has been really nice. It affords me my clothing. It's, you know, this job pays for my extras, but yeah, I don't have a traditional job.
And time with your mom.
Lots of time with my mom, which, yeah, that's the reason that I moved back to New Mexico. That's how I want to spend the next, I don't know, hopefully 20 years of my life.
Linda would like to know.
Hey, Linda.
How did you meet James?
Hi, Linda. I met James. I met my husband. He wasn't my husband then, but I met him at a support group. I am in recovery. I haven't had a drink or a drug for almost 16 years. I have like 3.5 weeks and I will celebrate 16 years of sobriety. So I met my husband. He was so handsome. And eventually we started talking. And it was like a group of friends that we all would hang out together with. And my husband and I started visiting, and I discovered that he loves the Lord. Maybe, I don't know, could anybody love the Lord more than I do? But it was really refreshing to just talk to a man that, and not just love the Lord, but actually live that life. Because a lot of people can talk about it, but I appreciated that as I got to know him, that was the life that he was living. So I was very impressed. But how long did it take? Because I was calling Barbie and telling her, oh, I met this dreamy guy. I do remember. That's what I called him, dreamy guy. And he didn't ask me out. And finally, when he asked me for my phone number, all he did was text me scriptures for the longest time. And then finally, like 6 months later, he asked me on a date. And yeah, the rest is history. We dated for a long, long time. And eventually, finally, he proposed.
TB would like to know, do you have any other family besides your mom? And where do you live now? Which I think you went over. And how would you rate the new city that you live in for livability?
Hi, TB. I do have my brother lives in the area, and my brother is married with 4 children. So it's been awesome to be close to my brother and his children, because most of their life as they've been growing up, I've been gone. So it's nice to participate in their sporting events and stuff like that. The city I live in is awesome. I would give it 5 stars. The cost of living is great. The weather's great. The food is awesome, right? You guys have seen the food on my hips. Yeah, the food is dynamite. And the people are really nice. I'm so happy to be home.
Rebecca Nettie would like to know, will you move to Indiana and be her neighbor?
Hi, Rebecca. Why don't you move to New Mexico? That's my proposition. You move to New Mexico, you be my neighbor, because I like the desert, and we could share clothes.
And eat good Mexican food.
What's the Indiana food? What do you eat in Indiana? Leave it in the comments below, and I'll consider it, okay?
Next, we have a question from Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
She wants to know, how often do you rotate your clothing in your closet to make room for new clothing?
Tammy, that's such a good question, and I'll tell you, I'm doing it more often now because my space is smaller than it was in my Vegas home. I have clothing in my closet that I've had 25, 30 years. Do you have? You have that. She still has... You have the dress you wore at my first wedding, don't you?
Yes,
She still has that. She was my maid of honor. And yeah, she still has that dress.
Yeah.
But...
So I do have some old clothes. I think we all do.
Do you guys have old clothes? Leave it in the comments, because I'm curious, like, what old clothes you can't part with. Because I know we get emotionally attached to some of our clothes because it's associated with an event or something like that. So I'm really curious why you're keeping your clothes. I'm learning a lot as I'm cleaning out my closet about myself and about what I don't need and what I can live without. And the more I do it, the cleaner my closet gets, the easier it's been to make more space. And that feels good. I feel like zero guilt about purchasing new clothes as I'm getting rid of lots of my clothes. But I would say unless I'm in love with a piece and wearing it over and over and over again, it's probably every 18 months to 2 years. I don't keep anything beyond that.
Well, kind of along the same lines, she'd like to know, would you consider reselling at a more reasonable price?
Yes. You know, the thing is like when you buy clothing, it's just like buying a car. It loses like all its value. Reselling, I'm learning about reselling, but it doesn't. Some clothing holds more value than others, but most of that I can't afford to buy, new. So I do think that I offer my clothing for sale at very reasonable prices. I don't know. You guys tell me what's reasonable. I don't know. I've seen people on Poshmark that purchase a Stitch Fix blouse. Let's just say that's that one piece. They got the discount and they don't want the piece and they paid $58 for it, and they try to sell it on Poshmark for $58, and that just doesn't happen very often. Yeah. People that are buying used clothing, even with tags on it, are expecting a deep discount. So yeah, check out my Poshmark Closet. Let me know what you think about the prices there.
Wendy wants to know, where do you wear all these clothes that you get?
Hey Wendy, I wear all of my clothes to all the places that I go. I'm really active in my church, and I teach a Sunday school, and I do community outreach. Every appointment that I go to with my mother, as well as my own appointments and date nights and whatnot. Yeah, my life is very, very, very busy. So I have plenty of opportunities to wear my clothes. It's the casual stuff, like the lounging clothes. I don't find much time for lounging. So yeah, I wear my clothes to all the places I go.
If you check out the daily diary.
Oh yeah, so if you go back, if you were to go to my daily diaries, I did an outfit diary series, and I may bring that back in the fall. Then you can see like the different things that I'm doing, where I'm going, what I'm wearing, when I dress up, stuff like that. So that might give you a better idea. So I'll link that outfit diary playlist at the end of this video if you want to check that out.
Yeah, I found those really helpful on how you actually put all your clothes together after you purchase them.
So you like that?
I loved it.
Did you guys like that? You want me to bring it back? If you want me to bring it back, give this video a thumbs up. I'll think about doing that again.
Question. Kristen, Moments of Sanctuary.
Hey, Kristen.
Do you plan to make any more of your story videos?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I make videos of all of the boxes that come into my house that I've ordered. And the other videos that I make that are different from those are videos that I'm inspired to make. My only story video was I was inspired to talk about that, to tell that story. So I don't know. The answer is I don't know. But you guys, if you do enjoy a story video, check out Kristen, Moments of Sanctuary, because she's an awesome storyteller and very inspiring.
Barbara asks, where do you film your videos? It looks like a big walk-in closet.
Hi, Barbara. I film my videos it's actually a bedroom that my husband has installed the shoe walls, and he's installed clothing racks for me. That's my office because, yeah, that's what I do. I do clothes. I make YouTube videos, so I wanted a dedicated space in my house to do that and be able to, care for the clothing, easily. So,
Dee would like to know, how do you handle the negative or rude comments that you get as feedback?
Well, I don't know. I don't even like to address this. This is what I think. I think that I've had to block a few people, but it wasn't for being negative or rude. It was for inappropriate, just, pervert type stuff. But I think everyone's entitled to a viewpoint. So I kind of but I'm glad that everybody doesn't think like me. We're not supposed to. It just makes fashion, and it makes our lives more interesting when we have differing viewpoints. I think it's funny. I don't know. I don't want to say funny, but when someone starts writing a comment and they start it by saying, I don't want to be rude, or but I'm going to be, rude. Or yeah. When you say something like that, that's because I'm able to express myself without being rude. I don't want to be hurtful to someone else, but what I do know is that hurt people, and free people. So it is my goal. Sometimes I can't do it immediately, but you guys have seen every single comment. You can read every single comment because I have not erased any of them. YouTube will flag comments, but I don't do that. And I try just to respond in love, because anyone that is writing hateful or hurtful comments honestly needs some loving. They really need.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just my take on it all.
Yeah. Okay. Crystal would like to know.
Hey, Crystal.
We covered all her other questions, but what are your travel plans for the year?
Hey, Crystal. I am going to Las Vegas, Nevada for my friend's wedding in October. I am the maid of honor. She did send the dress, and I do plan on sharing that before I go to the wedding. I'm going to make a video, share the dress, the shoes, the jewelry with all of you before I go to the wedding. Maybe I'll even get to film part of that wedding. So we will be visiting Las Vegas in October. But other than that, I don't think we'll be leaving. We do have 4 pets. We have an old cat, an old dog, a diabetic dog, and of course Elijah. So it's really hard to leave our pets right now because of the medical attention that they need. And my mom, I don't want to leave my mom either. So
Vegas it is.
Just Vegas right now, and we'll be traveling maybe perhaps around New Mexico, but I don't think we have no big trips planned for the near future.
Purple Wall would like to know, what brought you even into the YouTube world?
Hi, Purple Wall. I saw other women doing it, and the thing that kind of was attractive to me is the other women were doing it, and they were offering a referral code that they would offer credit. I signed up for some of my boxes with other people's referral links, and I knew they were getting a little bit of credit towards their boxes, and I thought, you know what, I want to see if I can get some of that credit for me. I do have friends that signed up. Maybe I was greedy. I wanted more clothes. I really enjoyed
Nothing wrong with that.
I just enjoyed the clothing, and so, and my viewers have been so very gracious in using my links and making it very easy, and I love to share it with you as well. I think that's kind of what it's become, is more about sharing with like minds.
I have one last question.
Okay, last question.
Last question. This is from Bonnie. She wanted to know, are your crosses up yet? She hasn't seen them.
Oh yes, Bonnie, the crosses are up, and I've made a few videos in front of those crosses, but they're in my entryway, and the acoustics are really, really bad. The sound is bad. People complain when I film there. Even with a microphone, the sound is not good in that area. You can go back and see where some of the outfit diaries were
the outfit
filmed.
diaries, when you were doing those.
Yeah, so yeah, you can go back and check those out. That would be cool. Guys, thank you very much for sticking around, getting to know me a little bit better. Thank you for your questions. Thank you so very much for supporting the Kelly Shaffner channel. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed Barbie and want to see her in another video, would you give this video a thumbs up? Give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, subscribe if you haven't, and a prayer for healing on this head cold would be awesome. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Blessings.